I met my wife Ujin in my hometown of Las Vegas. It was actually at work on an elevator. I worked on the third floor and she worked on the second floor. I was in IT and she was working in the marketing department. Elevator doors opened up to second floor because we were both going down. And when she got on, I was like, "Oh, hi, my name's Heart Rush." And she thought I was giving her a pickup line because she didn't believe that that was my name. So she gave me the weirdest look. And I was like, "No, no, that's my name." And I showed her my badge. And then that's how it started. We both went down for lunch and that was it. When we first got together, neither of us were in the faith. Neither of us. So yeah, I mean, where do I even begin? Back then, we cared about pleasure. We were in a totally different mindset. We would go out, we'd go to clubs. Again, this is Las Vegas, right? Sin City itself. So drinking, you name it. I mean, we were having fun. That's what we were chasing. The dual income, no kid status. We loved it. We were both making great money. We're young professionals. Why have kids? Why go after God? Why chase anything like that? We have everything. Homeowners, fancy cars. That was very much our mindset. September 2017, you see, something changed in me. I was suffering from all the sin I committed, and I was feeling it. I didn't know what it was, but I was feeling it, and I basically didn't want to wake up anymore. I just felt the weight of everything. And one night in September, I went to sleep and I woke up and I was crying out and I said, "God, or whoever's out there, help me, because I can't do this anymore. I don't want to wake up." I woke up the next day and I was different. I had a different spirit. I didn't know that that was Christ. I didn't know it was God, but that led me on a journey to seeking truth. And in that journey, I went down various rabbit holes because I was trying to find out, what is this that happened to me? So I got into various forms of weird stuff, belief systems, looking into Hinduism, looking into Buddhism, looking into spirit science, New Age doctrine, just new things that are antichrist. But I didn't realize it at the time, but God used that to show me, what's fake. He showed me the deceptions of the world, ultimately to lead me to Christ. So this was in 2017 when this happened. In 2019, in the summer, I would say I was born again and I understood who Christ was. That had a ripple effect on her because it wasn't immediate, but her seeing me pursue Jesus Christ after I was the complete opposite of somebody that would follow Christ. And she knew that after being with me for some time, it caused her to naturally start to ask questions about her faith and start talking to God.
Going on this truth journey, I was kind of shocked. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what was going on, really. But at the time, in all honesty, I didn't have time to truly care for it, in a sense. In that I was so wrapped up in my career and my work, and I had to accomplish things and get things done and move up in my job and in my career, and that was my main focus. But ultimately, when he set me down one night and said, "Jesus is the truth, I believe in him," I think I was just mainly shocked because when we first got together, and again, because I was a believer before, but I had never tossed out any of my journals or my Bible, because even when I walked away from God, the conversation that I had with the Lord at the time was that, like, I know you are real and I will be back. I just need time. And so I never tossed my Bible or any of my journals or anything like that. When he saw my Bible, the first thing he said was, "Oh, I don't want that in my house."
Yeah, get that away from me. Like, don't bring that into my house. I want nothing to do with it.
And so to go from that to, hey, Jesus Christ is real and he is the truth and the life, was very shocking.
Yeah.
And so the first, I want to say 6 months, really for me was observing to see that merit. Okay, does he really believe it, or is this another phase and he's gonna move on to a different religion like he did for the last year?
Yeah.
Right? And then when I saw that it wasn't, and to be honest, I was using that as an excuse for me to not come back to the Lord for a little bit longer because of my own selfish desires. But after that, when I saw that it was real and he was a different person, and you see the work of the Holy Spirit in his life, and it's 180, like Hart mentioned. We went from partying every weekend and having value in all the worldly things
Pleasure.
to literally just studying the Bible on a Friday night and sharing the gospel with our non-believers who want to take shots and drink. And we're like, no, we're going to read the Bible. And they're like, why? So I think that really made a difference for me seeing that in him.
We were both feeling like this like, we got to get out of Vegas. This is during the pandemic.
When we say we knew that we had to get out of Vegas, it was like this urgency. It wasn't just like, oh, like maybe someday we will.
Yeah, my job being headquartered here, it was actually mentioned to me from one of the executives, hey, would you be interested in moving out to the Dallas area? We would like you on site.
When his job mentioned, like, hey, like, would you be interested? We're like, oh, this is it.
Now, fast forward, now we have a child. It's been rearranged. Like, God has put on me, like, you need to be the head, you need to lead the family. In me, you need to take care of the family. And he's removed that desire to just seek after kind of like my own will. And so now she's staying at home. She's raising our son while I'm able to work by the grace of God. But it's a stark contrast to who we were before, because the us before would have never have said, hey, yeah, let's have a son. You know what? You quit your job, because again, it was an idol for her. She fed off of the praise at work and then rising in position and power. But it's not the case anymore. It's by the word, by the hand of God. So there's no other explanation. We probably went to either 5 or 6 different churches in the DFW area.
We didn't know anyone here either.
Yeah.
Like 0 friends, 0 family. We were kind of alone. I reached out to a friend of mine from college, and she was in ministry down in Mexico with her husband, which happened to be a place where Christ Fellowship regularly goes to serve and do missions with. And so she sent me a text and said, hey, like, is Christ Fellowship McKinney close to you guys? You should check it out. When we came to Christ Fellowship, we knew that this would be home.
Between the life groups, so we're part of a life group, and we've met some amazing friends that we do fellowship with. It's encouraging to get up every day and to know that you're not the only one that's walking this walk.
I am part of Moms Connection and have truly enjoyed just that fellowship with other moms through that, and being able to have conversations with other new moms as well as someone that just went through all of that. And so that's been a lot of fun.
God tells us that we are to love Him and to love our neighbor, and all the commandments are rolled up into those 2 things. There's no better way to love people than to tell them the truth about who Jesus Christ is. At the gym, there's actually like a Bible study that was started with various members in the gym, like on the gym floor. So we've got about 15 members, and we meet every Tuesday. And these are younger gentlemen that are newer in faith. Some of them haven't come to faith yet, but they're asking questions that's helping lead them to faith. And because of the journey that God led me through, He's given me the ability to answer these questions. To
come to Christ Fellowship and to find this body of believers that is our family now. And it's been amazing to have this sense of community and home here.